Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. That was me checking my mute, by the way. I'm not muted. Today, going to be discussing AMP and the inevitable competition that will always spring up around a new and original idea. And make no mistake here, AMP is original, and its implementation is original. We've spent a lot of time at the podcast wargaming AMP, talking about what it can do but isn't doing yet. Flexa and crypto spends is one small aspect of what AMP can do. So it's no wonder that so many other entities are just crashing into the space right now. Visa, Mastercard, PayPal, etc. I think they are wildly overestimating the potential of crypto spends at this time in North America. But you know what? I don't make the market. I just give you my opinion on it. I have this discussion aggressively with a member of our team here at the show, and I don't need everyone at the podcast to agree with my every damn thought. We aren't an echo chamber, and I don't want to be one. He and I just see the market from different perspectives, and those differing perspectives are important. It's the differing perspectives that will spur competition and innovation. This is a free and open market, and competition is necessary for a free and open market in any business, not just crypto. With no competition, the sole entity in the space makes all the rules and innovation stagnates. We have seen this across the spectrum of business for as long as there has been business. Monopolies are bad, so I embrace different opinions and perspectives. And that's what we are getting into today, the inevitable competition for AMP and Flexa now that it is really crashing down. The similarities and the contrasts in their approaches, please stand by. So, going to go real basic here for a second. Before I can make fair comparisons, I have to talk about the one in the headline, and I know I've drilled this to just absolute death, so I'm going to be brief with Flexa. If you have followed this channel at all, you know how Flexa works. Through their partnerships, they allow you to spend your crypto directly at the merchants who have enabled the Flexa network at their point of sale. No conversion on your end. No crypto to fiat and spend the fiat. Direct crypto pays, and Flexa sorts it on the back end. Anything in and anything out, truly asset agnostic. Bitcoin in one end and fiat out the other. Dogecoin in one end and Bitcoin out the other. Whatever the merchant's preferred method of receipt of payment is, Flexa will provide it. Fixed merchant fee of 0.5% and fraud proof. No chargebacks. No fee to the consumer. It is as simple as they can make it. Now, the best part of this one, you don't have to take my word for it. Go and use it yourself on the Spend app or Gemini Pay. It is also one of the huge advantages that Flexa has, and we seem to be glossing over this a lot lately, everywhere, forums, videos, etc. Flexa is available right now. It's not an idea or something being thrown together for press releases. It is alive and kicking now. So let's talk PayPal briefly, because for some reason they decided to get into this crypto spend game. Personally, this is me. I think they should have stayed where they are comfortable and known and just be the best at what you are the best at. This is out of your realm, and it's clear by the implementation of your crypto spend attempt. PayPal won't let you spend crypto regardless of how they try and present it. They will convert your crypto for a fee and let you spend the fiat they convert it to. But that's not spending crypto. What they are doing is simply leveraging the idea of putting a real-world value to Bitcoin and Litecoin and giving you the illusion of spending it. Now, I'm trying to remain unbiased here, but there's no other way to see it. That's what this is. They aren't doing anything you can't do yourself. And further, as soon as you convert that crypto to fiat, you just sold it, and it's now a taxable event. This is fact, but I notice nobody mentions it. What PayPal is doing is identical to what BitPay is doing. Now, what BitPay is doing is exactly what PayPal is doing, but they are using the Mastercard logo to get it in front of more brick and mortar businesses. There is a solid reason that nobody really discusses BitPay and PayPal after their initial launches and press releases, because although they advertise as spend your crypto, you aren't. They aren't. And you both know it. They may streamline the process, but they are doing absolutely nothing that you cannot do yourself, and they are charging you a fee for it. Both of these entities are for convenience, and that's it. They are the third-party ATM for your crypto exchange. You can go to the bank yourself and take cash out. Doesn't cost you a thing. Or you can use the third-party ATM, and pay $4 for the effort. If the convenience is worth it to you, knock yourself out, man. You do you. Which leads us to Visa. Guns a-blazing. They are slamming the press release button, spending lots of time and manpower talking about what they are going to do, but putting out very little information on how they are going to do it. They state that they are making partnerships with 50-plus individual crypto companies to enable their cryptos to be spent like fiat. But all that tells me is that they are making big databases to keep track of them singly, because they do not have an all-encompassing ability to treat them as individual blockchain versus fiat pays. Now, everything I do here is opinion editorial, but I am about to get real opinion editorial on this next part. They are not putting serious effort into it because they know at this time that the returns are not there for crypto spends, and the methods that they are proposing are costly, labor intensive, and very early. Visa likes to get their name out there. They like to sponsor events. They like their 3 to 5% merchant transaction fees and old ways of doing business on dated, vulnerable, rife with fraud pay rails. They are not going to redo their entire business model to capture a competitive percentage of crypto spends. I'm not being cavalier here. I just don't see the value for the effort it will take them to pull it off. They will keep talking, but they're not going to do a lot of doing. Which brings us to Alchemy Pay. And guys, look, I am sorry if this one is running long. I didn't time it. All right, so apologies. Alchemy Pay. It is all the rage right now, don't you know? For the first time, AMP and Flexa are seeing competition that is doing effectively the same thing that they are doing in the same way that they are doing it, meaning collateralizing the transactions with a cryptocurrency and sorting out the payment on the back end. Now, I could do hours of video alone just illustrating the similarities, but you know what? People can only take so much of me, so I will summarize and give opinion. ACH is a Far East knockoff of AMP and Flexa, and it will stay in the Far East. I already see the chatter of ACH coming to America. You know what? It's not going to happen. It will not happen. What ACH is doing is similar enough in method to AMP and Flexa that it would be a gross patent violation if they tried to bring it here. But Alchemy Pay is taking it further by trying to encompass everything that AMP can do into a single ecosystem with a single board making the decisions. It is a monstrous undertaking, and there is a good reason that Flexa is not trying to get into the banking racket and staying in crypto spends. The following is a universal truth of business. You can do one thing superbly, better than anyone else can do it. Or you can do lots of things half-assed and try to plug the holes and pivot your model as you go. Flexa is going for the superb route, and ACH is going the half-assed route. This is not to say that you can't be profitable short-term in it, just that I don't see them having the wherewithal to deal with their own Far East competition when it starts to spring up and focuses on doing just one thing and doing it better. It seems like nobody likes to discuss things like that or look any further down the road than 5 minutes from now. We do. In summary, competition is good for the market, good for the vendors, good for the consumers. It brings innovation by necessity, because if you don't innovate, your competition will. If you don't listen to your consumers, the competition will. If you have nobody to hold a mirror up to you and point out where you are doing something wrong, you will never fix it. But you also need to be laser focused when it comes to being the best at a thing. Because if you try and please everyone at the same time, you will please nobody. Be the very best at the one thing you do, and you will be successful. Try to do everything, and the failure will be a frog in the pot, slow boil to bankruptcy. Live stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, occasional Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central. Thanks for watching. Cheers.